All right, so 2018, Jordan Brand released a pair of the Korea Air Jordan 3s. This was in celebration of the 30-year anniversary of the Olympics that were held in Korea. This was only released in Korea though, so this one was pretty difficult to get. I got mine online a couple years later. Shout out to Seth Fowler for helping me with that sock collaboration. If you guys remember, we did a Korea themed, and the funds that I made from that sock collaboration helped me buy these sneakers right here. So super thankful that I was able to get these. Now, fast forward and we have a second version. The 2.0 comes in this incredible box. Shout out to Darkside Initiative, first of all, because they're the ones that hit on the raffle. I actually slept in on the sneakers drop. Go figure, the one day I sleep in and there's a shock drop. That's what happens when it's not scheduled, man. These darn shocks. Any which way, I did hit on Darkside in Portland. Went to their store, picked it up. Super great store. Thankful for the opportunity to be able to buy them and get them in hand and a little bit earlier. So first things first, I mean, the wrapping of this was nuts. Like, it actually was completely wrapped as well with white paper, and then from that you get the box. And this is the shoes right here. So there's a couple things to note. Check out this this paper. The elephant print on the bottom half is textured as well. Then you have the sky view for the top. It's just a beautiful presentation here. And then the shoes. So this is I think a better pair than even the first colorway, and you know, I have both of them, and I know this is just completely up to people's opinions and stuff. The first colorway was pretty plain, to be honest. Like, it has a couple details on this shoe that's nice. First of all, it's an Air Jordan 3, Nike Air branding on the back, and then you have the elephant print. But the white outsole, white midsole kind of like threw me off. I wish it wasn't an all white midsole. And then you have a red liner and a blue like fake leather around the collar. So this is not even like real leather, I don't think, around here. Black eyelets on here, and then you have like the tumbled white leather, and then the smooth TPU across the mud guard. You have some Korean words on the reverse side of the tongue here, and I don't remember what that says. I'm sure somebody can help translate for those that are interested in the comment section. But the second colorway, though, is really the primary focus of this video. This one, they went crazy with the details. And I know, first off, you know, some people just don't like the aged midsole. They don't like that almost beige colored midsole. But I kind of welcome it. I think it looks pretty nice, to be honest. I like that it's not stark white. Contrasting to the first pair with the all white outsole, midsole, I really like the change up. Also, pretty much the entire up of the shoe, there's not one element that's like crispy white on this shoe. It's kind of like an aged cream look to the upper. Even the back tab is a little bit yellowed as well with the Nike Air on it. But the extra details of this is where I think that this one shines. The first thing, I mean, if you look at the outsole, you have the mismatch of the red and blue. So obviously, those that don't know, I mean, if you look at the tongue, it has the Korean flag on it, and those are kind of like the primary colors that I focused on when I was making my sock collaboration as well. So you have the red and the blue, white and black, and so having a transposed colors on the bottom with the different pods in red and blue, and the different, you know, the Nike branding in blue and red transposed, I think that that is a really, really nice change of pace. Obviously, we see that on lots of different shoes, but it was something that I was like, okay, this is very fitting for this release. Just one other thing I wanted to point out is the flag is actually on opposite shoes. So if you wore them mismatch, I guess you could have like the flag on both of them. But of course, I would never wear these ones mismatch. It would be weird because this one's just totally different in my opinion. But anyways, back to the details on the shoe. So the mismatched outsole is really nice, but also the air unit is actually a mismatch as well. This is another nice detail that I didn't see from pictures. There's a red air unit inside of one. There is a blue air unit inside of the other one, the left shoe. So I like that they mismatched that as well, but they didn't go super crazy and do every little element that's red transposed to blue on the other shoe. Like the eyelets down here on the bottom of the shoe, the circular ones, those ones are in blue on both of the shoes. The liner is done in a velvety red color on both of the shoes. And then you do have like a tracksuit almost like material around the collar up here in blue on both of the shoes. Simple Nike Air branding on the insoles. The elephant print, they changed up completely though as well. You don't have the standard stuff. You have a suede, and it looks like you have like laser etching on that to create like an elephant print effect. And I like it. I think it looks really nice. It's nice that they kept like the elephant print on the shoes, but done in a different way. The other thing I wanted to call out is the piping around the shoe. You could see it kind of has an aged effect to all of the different corners and stuff, and I think that that's nice and fitting. I mean, obviously it looks like a pair that like maybe released in '88, and for those that didn't know, the Air Jordan 3 actually released in 1988 also. Now there is Korean writing on the back of both of the tongues as well. I'll get into what it says in just a second on Nike's website, because I have some description that I wanted to read off to you guys. But overall, just my initial impression of the shoes from first images to getting them in hand, putting them on feet, dude, it's perfect. Like, it's a great colorway. I really, really dig the color blocking, the way they did everything. I love that they transposed some sections, but not everything. They didn't go super crazy overboard with one red lace, one blue lace, one red collar, one blue collar, and so on. They made it look like a special edition pair that has a little bit of extra important elements to it, like the collar and the extra blue here. Now I realize might be kind of more like a niche like Air Jordan, but I like the Tokyo 5s, even though they're coming back supposedly. I guess they're coming back in 2025 later on. Tokyo 5s, I have a pair of those. And, I've never been to Tokyo, but it's something that I really like the shoes. I'm hoping that the Korea 3s will have the same effect where people will want these, even if they don't know anything about Korea. It's not something that should bar you from getting the shoe. Like, I think that if you like the colorway and you like that, it's kind of a cool themed shoe, and yeah, it has some Korean theming around it. And if it's something that you like, then it's something that you like. You shouldn't have to have like an in sort of feel to it. Like, yeah, I'm Korean, so like I like the shoes, even though I'm adopted from Korea, so I don't even have like a firm foundation of Korean culture. But it's something that represents part of my heritage, and it's something that I definitely would like to support. So that's why it's something that was high on my list. But if you're not Korean, it doesn't mean you can't support the sneakers or just be interested in buying the pair of them. I think they should be available to everybody that wants them. And pricing wise, right now the resale is not too crazy on them, which is fantastic. It gives people the opportunity to get them. If you guys are interested in getting them. Now, some information about what Jordan Brand says on Nike's website. Air Jordan 3 Seoul. This was $200 at retail. It says, as Korea was gearing up to host the world's biggest stage in '88, Nike was cooking up a little something too, the Air Jordan 3. Carefully designed according to Michael Jordan's exact specifications, this sneaker was the embodiment of the Dream Team taking flight. In 2018, the Dream took flight in a slightly new form to celebrate the 30th anniversary. The Air Jordan 3 Retro Soul was the first Korea-specific Jordan shoe. Good news, it's back again. Renewed and reimagined, the 2025 version builds on the original with design details, color, and material inspired by Korean culture. The soft leather upper and hairy suede elephant print pairs with a slightly yellowed midsole to create an aged to perfection aesthetic. An embroidered South Korean flag is the feature on the tongue, and the white upper draws Sports Royal and Challenge Red. A new feature is the text on the inner tongue, and I believe it's Gwem and Jong. Gwem means a dream in Korean. It represents aspirations, hopes, and the pursuit of something greater, more than just what you see when you sleep. Gwem, if that's how you say it, symbolizes the visions and goals that drive you forward. Jong is a uniquely Korean concept. It describes a deep emotional connection, a sense of affection and attachment, and a bond between people, places, and even objects. Jong goes beyond friendship or love. It's a lasting warmth that builds over time. This Air Jordan 3 represents a new generation of Korean youth, a generation that has broken the mold of old expectations and replaces them with a vast array of aspirations, ambitions, and ability. This isn't the generation of '88 to 2018. This is a brand new generation with new dreams. Lace up and share your story. I really like the thoughtful storytelling that they actually have on the sneakers app. That was really awesome. That's not something that I expected, but very, very thankful that they had something. Now, again, not being of Korean culture myself, even though I am Korean, I don't know what this back section is here. I do see there's a velvet liner and then this top section back here. I'm not really sure what this blue is. Again, it kind of reminds me more of tracksuits than anything. Paul, John, Jen, my Korean friends were saying this could be an homage to like traditional garments and not blankets. I don't know exactly what it is. Also, I don't know the cultural significance of this, the liner colors and the representation of all of that, as well as the ribbon. I don't really know, but I do think it looks really cool. And if you guys want to break down what the words say on the paper, leave a comment in the comment section and help me out, because I honestly don't know what it says. It is a little bit weird being like an Asian American representing like Asian American people, but not necessarily being one of the culture. I do have a tattoo on my arm that does say my name. That was my birth name on my actual birth certificate from Korea. But it's weird, like especially now that I have kids and trying to explain to them that they're Korean, but like we're not culture. We don't have any culture from Korea. Eventually, I want to take them to Korea and like just experience that with them. It just hasn't happened yet. But it is weird. Like I'm in an odd place, and I'm sure there's lots and lots of people out there that are in a similar sort of place. Just know that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter like who you look like or what you represent. Just like be the best person you can be, and honestly like everything else kind of just falls into place. Anyways, not to trauma dump on you guys, there's a lot to unpack with being adopted and stuff. And as I get older and older, like sometimes it's easy, like most days it's easy, some days it's difficult, some days it's like a little bit challenging, and there's like an emotional toll that goes on there of just the belonging and all that other stuff. Any which way, it's crazy how like just a sneaker can like represent something and then just bring out like emotions of sorts. And that's sometimes what happens. And It's part of being human. I really, really like these though. I think that the color blocking is great, and I love the fact that there's a shared, like, hopefully appreciation to like Korean culture. Eventually, hopefully, one of these days I'll get over there with the kids. I'm waiting for Maddie to get a little bit older, but it would be great to be able to go visit. Anyways, hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day, and hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more sneaker content very soon. All right, peace, guys.